What's keeping you poor? The average American does these 5 different things on a consistent basis that keeps them in debt and poor. So let's talk about them. One of the things that keep people poor is takeout food. Let's do the numbers, and we're going to go a little low. The average American does takeout 4 to 5 times a week. That's a lot of times. I thought 3 times was a lot, but 4 to 5 times. So we're gonna stay with the 4.5 times and do some numbers at $20 per takeout, and you know that's low. So taking our numbers and looking at that, we look at $90 a week, and then we need to calculate the $90 times 4.33, because that's the true calculation for a month. That's $389. We're just gonna round it up to $390. So this is what the average American at $20 per takeout, which is low, is spending every month. Now, the biggest problem here is that we are not making changes. To make the first change, we gotta start somewhere, even if it's one time. But the recommendation would be to cut this in half. That would mean that you would go out to eat, or you would have takeout 2.5 times. And half of that, now you have $180 savings per month. We will look at the year, a cumulative effect, so we can really see what's keeping us poor. Big long-term payment purchases, ones that you did not look at the interest rates, did not shop around for interest rates. Did you have that wedding that you couldn't afford, and now all of a sudden just interest every month is $200 a month? Or better yet, you want that home, which is normal, it's the American dream, but we don't do the shopping around for the interest. We don't concentrate on the cost. Sometimes it's like, oh, it's just 1 point. Now let's take a look at what 1 point will make a difference in the savings that you'll have every month if you choose the right interest. You could always lower the interest by buying interest down from banks, but this is normally to be done when you stay in a house long term, otherwise it's not worth it. So keep that in mind. Now let's do the numbers. What happens when you get onto a $300,000 mortgage and your payment is at 6% or 5%? A $300,000 mortgage at 6% over 30 years is $1,798 right here. The same loan at 5% will give you $1,610, and that is $188 savings. My point again, shop around for interest rates. And there's also very important to shop around when you buy your next car. That's going to also make a big difference. Check out your credit union, buy down points on a home. This is all going to make a difference. How it's going to affect you on a monthly basis on your payments that you must make. Impulse shopping. The average American spends about $300 a month online or at stores buying things they don't really need or they may not use short after. So now what we're going to do is we're going to think about, we got to continue to live, and there may be things that we really do want, but instead of taking $300, we're going to half this into $150. Basically, we're not going to take it all away, but we are going to still take into account that we will only spend $150. You are the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. That is very interesting because 60% of Americans actually buy things because they're influenced by the people they're surrounded by. The average American spends between $400 to $500 a month on going out, hanging out on the weekends, spending on drinks, especially the younger crowd. Now, let's put $400 a month and see what it's really doing to your monthly income and what's really left for the rest. We got the $400 here, and now we're going to say that we're only going to do $200 a month because we are going to make sure that we become aware of this and we cut that in half. That leaves us with $1,112 a month from a $4,000 income. You see how it's going fast, and we haven't even taken into account food, gas, electricity, taxes, insurance, emergencies. Let's keep going to our last point. What is really keeping you poor? What is not adding up to your income? Better education, better information as to what you really want to do tomorrow. How are you going to better this income? Getting a certificate. Are you stuck in that job? Get out. Go find a better job. Go find something that you need to increase this income. Feeling in that poor rot moment where there's no money to pay for things can be devastating, and it can be very crumbling and depressing. Look how much money we have, and we haven't even taken into account all the basic things that we need to survive. Look at education, certificates. Maybe you may like to do something better, something that'll add up to your happiness on what you do and increase your income. Let's go get a skill or change professions, something different that will make you make more money, or simply try to find a way that you can go up wherever you're at. That's how we start getting out of the poor mentality. You have not even paid for your car insurance, or even more important, food. And look how much money we have. Let's take a look at, once we take out those expenses, and see where we're at. And you're gonna see and wonder why you feel the way you do. Holy shit.
That's like bare minimum stuff.
These are expenses you're incurring. Car insurance, food, real estate taxes, HOA, cell phone, and there may be many other ones that we're not even taking into account in this particular situation. This is $1,420. Do you see what's happening? You have $1,112, but your basic expenses are $1,420, and this is being conservative. Now you could see clearly why you feel like you could never make it. Now, let's look at some of the savings here. While we'll still have not taken everything into account, we are going to look at what happens when we make at least these changes and see if we can at least cover all the other basic expenses. Now, when we have that, we get $718 in savings. If you stay with your normal ways and you do not become aware that all these things are happening just by halving them, you're going to end up with $308 a month in debt. That is going to be per year compounding. All the other items that we haven't even put in here is going to be on that credit card that keeps rolling, that keeps growing, and the interest keeps compounding. And that's why you feel poor. And you're right. If you were able to do these savings, just 50% of those items we've mentioned, that is $1,830. That would basically cover and will keep you out of debt, out of that compounding every month that only keeps growing. So there you have it. These are the things that are keeping you feeling poor. Too much takeout, not shopping around for interest rates, impulse buying, influence, and let's not forget, what are you doing to get that better job, to get that certificate, that additional education that you need to make this income higher? Many of these things can be changed. Only if you make a few adjustments, about 50%, it will probably help you make ends meet, keep you out of debt. So there you have it. These are the 5 things that keeps us poor. If you like this video, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.